Hari Om. Hari Om all. Om. 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 Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Guru Brahma Guru Vishnu Guru Devo Maheshwara Guru Sakshat Parabrahma Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Guru is the creator, Guru is the preserver, Guru is the transformer, Guru is the absolute Lord himself. Salutations to that Sri Guru. Narayana Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam Sadashiva Samarambham Shankaracharya Madhyamam Asmadacharya Paryantam Vande Guru Paramparam. Beginning with Narayana through Adi Shankaracharya in between and up to my own preceptor, I bow with reverence to the entire tradition of preceptors. Beginning with Sadashiva through Adi Shankaracharya in between and up to my own preceptor, I bow with reverence to the entire tradition of preceptors. Om Dhyana Moolam Gurur Murtihi Puja Moolam Gurur Padam Mantra Moolam Gurur Vakyam Moksha Moolam Guru Kripa. The root of meditation is the form of the Guru. The root of worship is the feet of the Guru. The root of mantra is the word of the Guru. The root of liberation is the grace of the Guru. Sri Guru is the root of salvation. Om Bhur-bhuvasvaha Tatsavidurvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Yo Yo Na Prachodayat. Om Bhur-bhuvasvaha Tatsavidurvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Yo Yo Na Prachodayat. Om Bhur-bhuvasvaha Tatsavidurvarenyam Bhargo Devasya Dhimahi Yo Yo Na Prachodayat. Om, the one pervading all three spaces, earth, space, and beyond. I meditate upon the divine light, the one who is source of light to the sun, and may that light awaken my intellect. Everyone, welcome all.
We'll go into the practice part, Sarunji.
Yeah, meditation.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. So just wanted to show one little thing, one little experiment before we get into the practice itself. Let me just make sure that the background is removed. That way you can see it clearly. Is what I'm showing visible?
Yes.
Okay. Is this better?
Yeah.
Okay. So this bottle with the water represents our mind. And you can notice various things. There are some things which are floating at the top, and there are some things in between, and there are some things at the bottom. So this is like our various impressions and our thoughts which are in our mind. So from a very conscious state to deep subconscious and unconscious. So this represents our mind. So let's Ishaji has joined. Let's wait for her to join completely. I can see that she has joined, but her audio is not yet on. Not sure if she can hear us. Yeah, Ishaji, we'll wait for you. Some internet issue and she is joining back. She's put a message in the chat. Hari Om Shilpakalaji.
Hari Om, sir.
Hari Om.
Hari Om, everyone. Hari Om.
So Shilpakalaji, we just started, we completed the prayer and we were about to begin the explanation of the meditation, one small experiment. And Ishaji had some internet issue, so we wanted her to join back.
Okay, sir. Okay.
Looks like. Ishaji, can you hear us?
Yes, sir. Hari Om.
Hari Om, Ishaji. Welcome.
Thank you, sir.
Okay. So before we begin the meditation practice, just wanted to show one through a model about the meditation. So this bottle with water, it represents our mind. The water represents our mind. And as you can see, there are some things which are, at the top, which are floating, and some things are in between. And there are some things which are at the bottom settled. So these all represent various impressions in our mind. The top may represent what you are aware of, the conscious. And as you go deeper, there is a subconscious and unconscious parts. So various impressions are at various stages. And what happens during our day-to-day interactions is, as we start interacting with the world, is like this, various thoughts emerge and various impressions emerge. And we start interacting with them. And as you can see here, when you're interacting, it all becomes very muddy, very disturbed. And especially when there are, anger, jealousy, irritation, sadness, things like that, it becomes even more muddier. So when it is like this, what is that, you can do? Can you see clearly? You cannot see. So what should I do if I really want to see clearly? What should I do? What is that I should be doing if I want to see clearly?
Stop shaking.
I just need to stop shaking, isn't it? I don't have to do anything. I simply have to stop shaking and just let it be. So when I simply stop shaking and let it be, slowly, as you can see, clarity starts emerging. Whatever needs to settle down will settle down. Whatever needs to start floating starts floating. Wherever they're supposed to be, they will settle down in their position. So I don't have to do anything. All I have to do is simply stop shaking and just keep it. And it will naturally settle down. So this fundamentally is the idea of conscious resting of the mind. So what we do is, we continue to interact with our thoughts. We continue to work with them. Yeah, so it's like there's a knock on the door, and whoever is on the door, we invite them inside and we start talking to them. And they have come to gossip. You know what happened in the community today? You know what she was saying? You know what he was doing? So like that, we get involved with all these thoughts. And that's the one which causes all these ups and downs, anger, irritation, and all these tensions. Because every thought causes a change in our body. Just as a very simple experiment to know that, all of you can simply close your eyes. Simply close your eyes and imagine near your mouth your most favorite sweet, whatever it may be. Jalebi, laddu, jangir, whatever it may be, your most favorite sweet or some food is coming near your mouth. And now imagine you're just putting it in your mouth. Now, just for a moment, notice what is the change that is happening in your mouth. Please open your eyes. So, what is that you are noticing? Ishaji, what is that you noticed? Ishaji, are you there?
Yes, sir.
Yeah.
I don't know. I was just thinking which sweet should I think about, but I think mostly it's our thoughts.
Right.
It
No, but when
creates
you thought
happiness.
when you were thinking of the sweet, what is the change you noticed in your mouth?
I think we'll smile, or
You
yeah, I was
smile.
actually smiling to this.
Correct. Excellent. And were you watering? Were you salivating?
Unfortunately, I'm not sweet person, so you should have told something else.
Okay.
But yeah,
No problem.
I was like smiling that if it is something nice, yeah, we'll do
Right.
that.
Okay. So some of you might have salivated. Whatever the your favorite food, as you imagined, your mouth would have started watering. Now the important question is, was there actually whatever that sweet or the food that you wanted to eat, was it there in front of you? No. What was there in front of you? Only a thought in your mind. So this very simple experiment, what does it tell you? Whatever you are thinking causes a change in your body. A simple thought of the food brought smile to Ishaji, or for some of you it might have brought saliva in your mouth. Now think of going through your day with various thoughts. As you keep churning your thoughts, what is happening to your body? Your boss comes in front of you and you have a deadline. What is happening to you? And you have not yet completed, or appraisal is due, or you had some kind of a financial issue, and the one who has given you the loan is in front of you. Are hundreds of each one of us have hundreds of stories to tell about life, various situations of life. Each of that thought, what is it doing? This thought of the food brought water in the mouth, smile, nice. If some thoughts are like that, idli, vada, sambar, or whatever your favorite food, it's nice, aha, smile, brought to Ishaji's face. Or imagine, the thought is about some loss, some pain, some, insult. What will happen? Imagine, somebody comes running to you and says that, hey, I saw an accident and the bike looked like, the bike your husband drives. Suddenly, how does, your heart work? Suddenly it starts beating faster, dug, 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 dug. And suddenly you start palpitating. And then, somebody else comes rushing and then say, oh yeah, I also saw that. But, I read the bike number. It is not, your bike number. Then what happens? Some sense of relief, isn't it? So what happened? Only the thought changed. As the thought changes, the way you respond to that thought also changes. So what made the difference? There is a certain my world, related to my life is there. Oh, my husband's bike. Oh, something. Dug, 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 dug. Like that, when these thoughts are related to your life, there are hundreds of thoughts that come to you. Some disaster, some misery, something happened somewhere. Not all of it causes the same change in you, but some of it, which are related to what you consider as your life, has a very profound impact on you. So that is how many of the diseases are classified. In fact, most of the diseases that human beings get are not because some virus came and accident happened. They are primarily psychosomatic. They're called as psychosomatic. Heart attack, blood pressure, cancer, sugar, bedwetting, like that. Many, many diseases, hundreds of major diseases. They're called psychosomatic. Psyche means mind, somata means body. So how your mind thinks, the pattern of that starts manifesting in the body. So, you go to somebody, you ask, how is life? If let's say they are having Vidyarthi Bhavan Dosa and, they are having a decent life, good wife, good children, good money, good neighborhood, and they've been traveling to places, they will say, life, oh, nice, very wonderful. But you ask somebody, who's probably not in such a great condition, how is life? Life, you don't ask me. My God, why have you given me this life? So the life, whatever you see as life, is the same. But depending upon what kind of thoughts you're carrying, you may call this life, you're miserable, or wow, wonderful. So meditation is simply to be detached from all these thoughts. As you can see, when I just stop shaking, can you see now? It has become clear again. The muddiness has gone. I did not have to do anything. I simply had to let it be. So this is the fundamental idea of the meditation practice that we are doing. And to simply let it be, we use breath. So we tell our mind, we request our mind. In our meditation, we look at the mind as a small baby. You don't hit a baby to make it silent. Or you don't battle with the baby. You cannot kill the baby. You very gently, very lovingly, you tell your mind to let it be and to keep watching the breath. So in our last session, we got that introduction. So therefore, I'm assuming that all of you have already seen that or practiced that. So I'm just picking from there. So when you simply let it be, then it naturally settles down. And now you can see clearly. Now you can see clearly and you can decide what to do. When it is clear like this, then you can bring the right transformation or the right modification that you need. But if it's shaking, no way that you can bring any change because you don't know what is happening. So is this idea clear before we start the actual practice? Any questions? Isha ji or Rajshekhar sir or Shilpa ji or anybody else has any question or anything to ask or say before we get into the practice part?
Hari Om Krishna ji.
Hari Om Krishna.
Hari Om all. Sorry, I was late. Actually, late night, so that's why I couldn't join at time.
No problem.
Yeah.
Before we began the meditation practice, we were just looking at one more model of looking at the mind, which is, you can see this bottle of water. This bottle of water, which is looking very clear, represents our mind. And you may be able to notice certain things which are floating in the top, which are then, some things which are settled at the bottom. So this kind of represents our mind. So we looked at the model of the mind like this, and these are our impressions and thoughts, which are floating, which are settled. But what do? We start interacting with the world, means we start interacting with these thoughts. Then what happens? As you can see, it starts becoming very muddy, very unclear. Now, if you want to think about it, what's happening, where is what, it's very, very difficult. You don't even know what's there. It's very difficult to see. So what is that I need to do if I have to see clearly? What is that I need to do if I have to see clearly? Krishna,
We have to be quiet. Don't do any action.
I simply have to stop shaking, isn't it?
Yeah.
And that is meditation. I simply do not interact with my thoughts. I simply let it be. I simply let them be. And when I simply let them be, as you can see, already things have started settling down. And if I simply keep it, then it'll naturally settle down. Because that is the nature of that water. That is the nature of the things in the water. Nature of nature is they will simply settle down when you're not battling with them.
Yeah.
So that's the idea of the meditation. All right?
Yeah.
Okay. Okay, so let's get into the practice. All of you please sit comfortably. Bring your feet together. Keep your back erect. Keep your hands on your palms comfortably. Gently bend your head backwards. Close your eyes. Become aware of the sounds outside. There may be people talking. There may be birds, animal making different kinds of sounds. Wherever you are sitting, there may be sounds of the vehicles or different machines, maybe a fan, maybe a fridge. Notice there is always something happening in the world. And with every happening, there is a sound associated. Wherever you go in this world, there is always something happening. Whether you go to deep in the jungle or to a seashore or to the top of a mountain, there is an activity happening. There is a change happening. And with every change, there is a sound associated. Gently tell your mind to let the world go on. Your mind may then ask you, what shall I do? You tell your mind to become aware of the breath at the tip of your nose. If you are unable to feel it, breathe in and breathe out a little consciously, once or twice. Now notice the sensation of the breath at the tip of your nose as it moves inside along your nostrils, along your neck, into your lungs. And then from your lungs, along your neck, along your nostrils, see the air coming out and merging with the rest of the air outside. Like this, request your mind, gently tell your mind to become aware and to watch the in-breath and the out-breath. As you're watching your in-breath and out-breath, if any other thoughts occur in the mind, gently tell your mind to let it be, to let that thought be, and to come back to watching the breath. For whatever reason, if that thought is very important and it keeps persisting, you tell your mind that you will attend to it afterwards. And once again, let it be and come back to watching the breath.
As you're watching the breath, you may lose the sensation of your body and feel you may be feeling an empty space. Hold on to that empty space. Be firmly in that. Notice how silent and serene your mind has become. This silent and serene state of the mind is a very important state. Let us use this for writing the most beneficial sentences for your life. See yourself as a happy, healthy, peaceful, energetic, youthful, courageous being who brings out best qualities from within and helps the others around to bring out their inner best. See your family members, husband, wife, children, parents, in-laws. See them all happy, healthy, and peaceful. See your friends, colleagues, neighbors, relatives. See them all
happy, healthy, and peaceful. At this moment, there may be feelings of anger, irritation, sadness, or any such feeling due to what someone has done to you or what you may have done to them. If these feelings are because of what someone has done to you, from your heart, forgive them. If these feelings are because of what you have done to someone, from your heart, seek forgiveness. Now see all the people in the world, whether you know them or not, see all of them happy, healthy, and peaceful. Now see the entire existence, birds, animals, plants, river, mountain, stars, galaxies. See the entire existence happy, healthy, and peaceful. Once again, in this divine and wonderful existence, see yourself as a happy, healthy, peaceful, courageous, energetic, truthful, wonderful being who brings out the best qualities from within and helps the others around to bring out their inner best. Become aware of your breath. Become aware of your body. Become aware of your surroundings. Gently scrub your palms. Give warmth to your eye. Offer your respects and gratitude to all the divine Atmajyotis who are here today. And gently open your eyes. Does anyone have any experience to share? Or any questions to ask? or anything else to share?
I have one question, Vijay.
Yes, please.
Not related to this.
Yeah.
So, how should be the breath patterns? I observed my breath pattern is like there are the sequence of pattern is very short. For a, I didn't exactly count that. For example, 10 breaths. After that, it is a long breath. It is taking.
Mm.
Then again, it's like it is taking like for one breath, it is the in breath is around 10 seconds, and but the out breath is taking again. It's taking long time, and again it's breathing out.
Mm.
These are the three patterns I observed. So how the breath should be to be
Excellent.
usually.
So there is no need to control it. During meditation, you are simply being a witness to your breath. You're simply watching your breath. Have you noticed, as you're simply watching, like how, when I just kept this bottle without shaking, what happened? Whatever that needs to settle down, wherever they need to be, they've settled down. Whatever needs to float is floating. Each one is where they are supposed to be, how they are supposed to be.
Mm.
Likewise, when you simply watch your breath without any conscious effort to control it, this is how it should be. This is not how it should be. All of these are again thoughts. But you are simply being a witness to how it is, however it is. So, wonderful observation. You said you noticed various patterns, some short breaths, and then after that, there is a long inhalation. Then there are some very long inhalation and long exhalations.
Yeah.
So let it happen the way it is supposed to happen. When you simply notice and do not get involved with it, nature does what it is supposed to do. Please see, you are not the one who is doing the heartbeat. You are not the one who is doing the blood circulation. All of this has a natural rhythm and a natural pattern in how they are supposed to work.
Mm.
Does that bring clarity, Krishnaji?
Yeah.
Any follow-up questions or anything else?
No question. I just want to add up, and even like during I observed some time also like during around 5 or 6. Usually the breaths are like it's a long breath. It, as soon as it sun rises after like maybe 9 or after not even 9 like after I woke up and it's 7 it's starting up. The breaths are I'm not able to notice. It's like it goes subtly. Usually during the morning, the breaths are very intense. It takes huge breaths, and I can sensible. It's a sensible thing. Whereas goes to 7 to other following up hours, it's not sensible. So just want to add up. Yeah.
Excellent, excellent. This is how the rishis and the munis found out various truths of this existence. Simply noticing. What you said is a profound information, profound truth. There are what are called as sandhya kalas. In a day, during the our cycle of day and night, there are sandhya kalas. So usually early morning, around this 5:30 time is a sandhya. Sandhya means where two things are meeting. So night and the day are meeting. Then there is an afternoon sandhya. the day and the afternoon are meeting. Evening Sandhya. Again, the day and the night. There's a midnight Sandhya. So like that, there are Sandhya Kalas, 4 important Sandhya Kalas. You may have heard about Sandhya Vandane. So it's a practice which is essentially to do certain pranayama and to do certain mantra japa, that is essentially Gayatri mantra japa, during the Sandhya Vandana Kala. So it's a well established practice to bring about awakening within you about these kinds of existential truths. So practicing Sandhya Vandana, so typically, it is given as Upanayanam. So there's a practice given. You may have heard, the Janivara is given, and then Gayatri Mantra Japa is given. And it is also called as Brahmopadesham. Brahmopadesham essentially means teaching about the Brahman, about the existential truth. And this is given as a practice to a small child, usually at around 7 or 8 years. Typically, this is the culture in India. It used to be the culture in India. Irrespective of caste, creed, gender, it used to be the practice. But over a period of time, it has become a practice for a particular sect or a particular community only. But the essential meaning of that whole Brahmopadesham and that Yagnopavita and that Janivara Dharana, Janivara, what it means is Ja means birth. Nivara means that which removes the birth. Means what? It removes the ignorance that I am a born, that I am going to die. So Brahmopadesham essentially is to remove this fundamental ignorance that I'm someone who is born and going to die someday. And the practice of Gayatri Mantra is to bring about that higher awakening. So what you said is typically done during the Sandhya Kalas. So whatever you do during Sandhya Kalas is going to be very auspicious. Because like you rightly pointed at, you have deep inhalation and deep exhalation naturally happening. One more thing you may want to notice, you may be able to notice. If you feel the breath from both the nostrils, typically, we will also do this experiment in one another session. Typically, when you feel the sensation of the breath from both the nostrils, during other times of the day, they may not be equal. Whereas during Sandhya Kala, they happen to be equal. So our left breath is connected to our right brain activity. Our right breath is connected to our left brain activity. So when the left brain activity is more, the breath from the right nostril is more. Left brain is connected with thinking, analytical, logical decisions. All these are left brain oriented.
Yeah.
Right brain is more of creativity, love, feelings. All these is right brain oriented. When the right brain is more, the breath is more from the left nostril. It's also called as Ida and Pingala. When they are in balanced state, which means your right brain and left brain are naturally in balance, then whatever you learn, whatever you do, brings the highest impact or has the highest impact. So what you should be doing? You should be doing Gayatri Mantra Japa, in the sense that you should be contemplating on the higher truths of existence. That's why you may have heard, wake up early and study. You will have good marks. You would have heard.
Yeah.
Yeah. So these are all the signs connected with that time, Krishnaji.
Yeah.
Anything else?
That's all.
Okay. All right. Over to Sarvanji and Shubhaji.
Yeah. Shubhaji, I will share this slide.
Yeah.
Yeah. Krishna ji, you want to repeat after me? Or Isha
Sure.
ji? Okay. Yeah. Mookam karoti vachalam
Mukam karoti vachalam
pangum langayate girim
pangum lankayate kirim
yat kriparthamaham vande
yat krupatamaham vande
paramananda madhavam.
paramananda madhavam.
We'll say once again. Mookam karoti vachalam
Mukam karoti vachalam
pangum langayate girim
pangum langayate kirim
yat kriparthamaham vande
yat krupatamaham vande
paramananda madhavam.
paramananda madhavam.
Yeah, Krishna, you can go ahead with meaning.
I bow down to the Sri Krishna, the source of all joy, whose compassion makes the dumb speak and the lame cross over the mountains.
Yeah. What is coming to your mind?
I'm just interpreting.
In the meanwhile, others can also come up with your interpretation.
think
Raj? Yeah.
looking at this picture, the sense you get is you're invoking the masculine and feminine energies within you. Each indicates its own sense and then joy. So when these energies are invoked at the fullest and when you're moving ahead with the balance, so life is joyful. And I think the Krishna, the way I refer is it's present in both these, the masculine as well as in the feminine part of it.
Yeah, Rajashekar ji. Anything more to add?
No, I think looking at this picture, that's the sense I get. Now I feel.
Okay. Yeah. We'll listen to others also. Krishna ji, Isha ji.
Yeah, my interpretation was the our own truth. That's where they say like source of all joy, our inner self. It is having all the capabilities, or it is the way it is, where we think there are few blockers or any, or which we ourselves accumulate things in which we are not capable of. So the inner Krishna, we have to go to that, and that's where they mentioning I go to Sri Krishna, which is by itself is with peace and joy, and through the accumulations what we got during our growth, we have to see the inner truth, and which is all joyful, and make the possibilities across it. Like that's where they mentioning makes the dumb speak, which is not really the truth, due to some observation patterns or what we accumulated. We may think we are not capable of doing this or that, but our inner self is not designed with any person saying like we are not capable of doing specific task or specific thing. So we are all capable, and we have to observe our inner thing and make the possibilities. And the lame cross over mountains. It's like we think it's blockers, but
Yes.
it's not the real one.
Yes.
Yeah. That's how I interpret it.
Yeah. As Vijayji mentioned, the example of the bottle, it's all in our mind.
Yeah. Exactly.
Yeah. Ishaji?
I just need some time to put my thoughts together.
Okay. Yeah. Anybody else want to go with their interpretation?
I would like to add, but I'm
Yeah.
waiting for.
Go ahead, Saravanan.
Okay. So the way I see is Krishnaji came close. The one who's the dumb speak, the dumb or the lame, these are all the limitations. And the limitations are to whom? Okay, so the limitations are to the body, right? And I see that there is this jnana coming here, that one who sees self as the body, mind, intellect, okay, lives by the limitations, and you are not bound by these limitations, and that jnana is what Krishna is giving, and with that jnana, basically you break all these limitations, right? And since we are in this Gita Dhyana, right? So it was the Gita was given by Krishna. So the those who with this shloka, basically we are remembering Krishna for that jnana, which helps us break the limitations. This is like one way, and the another way I see is like we may be aware of the three paths, three yogas, right? So one is like in terms of bhakti. Okay, when I am full of myself, I'm full of limitations, right? And with bhakti, what happens? I completely surrender. I don't exist, and it's all him. So, and him has no limitations. So you break open the limitations. So you go by bhakti yoga. You can see it this way. Karma yoga, it's like I'm not doing anything. He is doing. Okay, so there is so whatever is happening is what is his will, his wish, and not mine. So again, I break all the limitations. Otherwise, like I'm tensed. How it will come? Whether I can I do it? I cannot do it because I am not capable of doing it. All those things will come. You drop that. You do it as a offering to Krishna, and which is the karma yoga, and the limitations are gone. Jnana yoga is again related to Bhagavad Gita. If you have Krishna, you can break the limitations. How can I have Krishna? I can have Krishna by having his teachings, which is Bhagavad Gita, in my intellect, and let his teachings drive me. Then like the limitations are gone. Basically, we get to know that we are not these objects that have limitation. while we are beyond, each one of us is beyond that object, which is we learn that we'll come to know that we are Atma, which has no limitations. So I was able to see it in these ways.
Yeah, it's nothing but realizing our inner strength, which is beyond everything. Just to add one line to it. And on that note, I would like to just give an example of story of Totakacharya and Adi Shankaracharya. Here they say your guru, the guru here is Sri Krishna. Guru makes the person who is dumb also speak. So on that note, we can take the example of Totakacharya and Adi Shankaracharya. The story goes like this. I don't know if everybody knows this, so I will just give a brief outline of the story. Totakacharya was known as Giri before. He was a disciple of Adi Shankaracharya. He was always looked down by other disciples that he doesn't know anything. But he was very devoted to his guru, that one day the guru made him realize his inner strength, and that is when he composed this Totakacharya stotra. So we can just relate that story to making the dumb person also speak. So yeah, even the guru here, Sri Krishna, will bring us our inner strength and make us speak, and also cross all mountains, even though we feel that we have limitations inside us. That's what I would like to add here. Sir, if you would like to add more.
Wonderful. Thank you, Shubhaji.
Thank you.
So there is a real story that happened in Light of the Self Foundation. So there is one 76-year-old gentleman in Kerala, and he has been a devotee or a disciple of Prabhuji, and he wanted to take the message of Bhagavad Gita in and around his village. Some of you may be aware the political environment in Kerala at times can be negative towards such things. So he was apprehensive. He didn't know what to do. And around this time, Prabhuji was there in Kerala to give a discourse on Bhagavad Gita. And he had taken 2 or 3 gunny bags of books of Bhagavad Gita to be distributed. And this old gentleman had come. And he had come from a long distance. His village is about 3 buses away from where Prabhuji was doing the class. So, and after the whole thing, Prabhuji said, you can take these books and you can distribute, and it will help you starting the Gita Dhyana Yagna. But looking at that gunny bag, that person said, how can I take this? I'm so old and I'm come alone and I have to cross, I have to take 3 buses. How do I do it? And it was time for Prabhuji to go to the next session. And he said, see, now you have come here. For whose sake have you come? For whose work have you come? Who's your kind of a boss? Most often, when we're doing anything in life, we have a boss, no, to who we are reporting. So who are you reporting to? He said, Krishna. It is Krishna's work. So may Krishna take care. Let Krishna take care. So saying that, Prabhuji went. So this person was wondering, so how will Krishna take care? So suddenly what he saw is, there was one person who was going in a jeep, and he stopped and he said, are you going towards the bus station? I will help you. And like that, he carried that gunny bag, took him to the bus station. And to the bus station, to his amazement, there is only one bus in that whole day, which directly takes him from that place to his village. Otherwise, he had to shift 3 buses. So that bus was standing. And this person, put all the gunny bags stop, and he helped him inside. So when he got down, again, to his amazement, there was one another jeep which was saying that, oh, we are going towards your village only. Come, I will drop you. So this is a very simple incident, but you can see the power of the Lord operating through each one of us. Like Rajshekhar-ji said, there is infinite energy within us, which can be recognized as masculine and feminine energy. But fundamentally, it is what expresses itself in this existence as different phenomena. You have the ability to sing, you have the ability to dance, you have the ability to cook, you have the ability to speak, to picture, to paint. So 100 things you can do. And look at it, there are animals, birds, 100 things they do. So everything is an expression of this divine energy only. In human, it can become manifold in 100 different ways. You would have seen so many little children displaying certain amazing talents. Why only children? Even grown-ups. You may know the story of many people who for a very long time did not know what they wanted to do. The moment they put their mind, they just catapulted. This Boman Irani, you all may know this actor. Looks like he was just selling things in his bakery till about 46 or 48 years age. And, his passion, his feeling was, I really want to do acting. But, at his age, he was already getting kind of a bald, paunch. What kind of acting will I get? But look at it, how life turned out. All that he had to do was keep at it. So like that, whether it is a success in your outer life, whether it is a money, power, whatever, success in your outer life also depends upon you overcoming your own inner limitations. If, let's say, you want to be a person who wants to talk effectively in front of others, the fear that, oh, I cannot speak, I may make a mistake, what if I fumble, what if I mix up things, I goof up things, can all be there in the mind. But it is you who have to make up your mind to say, all right, let it be so, but let me see how I can speak. So when I start speaking, when I take opportunities, and when I offer myself to that situation, it may be the most excruciating fear. Most of us, they say, that the biggest fear, apart from the taxmen, the biggest fear for most people is taxmen, they say. I also say maybe wife, but that's a joke, So that apart, the biggest fear for most of us is talking in public. So when you take that opportunity, you will be able to overcome. And that will lead to whatever that necessary outcome that you are expecting in that area of your life. Like that, in your inner evolution also, there are so many. What is inner evolution all about? Inner evolution is all about recognizing your own true nature, your own divinity, that you are not a limited being. You are an unlimited source of energy. How to recognize that? What is blocking you? It's your own thought patterns, your own fears, your own apprehensions. I am not that, I am not this, I cannot do that, I cannot do this. Your own fears, anxieties, worries, tensions. So how to overcome them is the essence this shloka is giving us. Like how that old gentleman of 76 years old, from that time, it's been almost like 14 years now, Gita Jnana Yajna is happening without any problem in and around this place. He must have by now touched lakhs of people. So he and his entire family, they are involved in the Gita Jnana Yajna. In fact, 2 years before, during every Gita Jayanti, we recognize the one who has done the most selfless work within Light of the Self. and he was Nambiyar Unnikrishnan. So he was given the award by Prabhuji. So like that, there are umpteen examples. Last year's award was given to Maitreyi Amma in Light of the Self Foundation. Maitreyi Amma is a very ordinary homemaker. Very ordinary. And after coming to Prabhuji's class, one day she felt, how I should be living my life. Let me take this message which has brought so much of peace to me. And where I shall take this message, she decided, she wants to take this message to schools. See, she is an ordinary housewife. She has never really dealt with, the so-called outside world in terms of going there and talking to somebody, doing something and convincing them. But all she had was, okay, I have to take this message of the truth. And she went to a government school. The principal was welcoming. One thing led to another. Today, her teaching has spread to so many thousands. In fact, her vision is Yelahanka to Yeshwantpura. So she's very active in the north Bangalore part, Yelahanka, Yeshwantpura, that whole region. Her aim is she wants to touch each and everyone there with this message of the truth. And her disciples and her students are today all over India, in North Karnataka, and many like this Gita study circle, many Gita study circles have been because of her influence. So an ordinary housewife, who was only looking after her house, today has become the light to thousands of homes. Many of them call her as Maitreyi Akka, and many of them say their life is today the way it is because of her contribution. So like that, when Krishnatva, when the power of divine, you recognize your own inner power of divine, then it's unlimited. To end this, one example from Modi's life. Somebody was asking, "Aapko itna urja kahan se aata hai? How do you get this energy? You work for some 14-16 hours a day." So jokingly he started saying, "मैं रोज बहुत खाता हूँ." "अच्छा, क्या खाते हैं आप? What do you eat?" "मैं रोज 100 kilo गालियाँ खाता हूँ." Everyone is scolding him. Airport, somebody misses the airplane. Who is responsible? Modi. My roadside is not clean. Who is responsible? Modi. Sometimes maybe my toilet is not working. Who is responsible? Modi. So रोज बहुत खाता हूँ. क्या खाते हैं? गालियाँ. But that apart, the feeling is, the truth is, energy is not limited to you. The amount of energy that you have is not limited. We all think that, oh, how much work I can do? Arey yaar, kitna kaya aap? Oh, itna, bas itna, only this much. Oh, only you can do that much. No, it is not like that. It depends upon what aim you put in life. The aim, the bigger the aim. Modi said, every morning when I wake up, I see my countrymen, and my heart is all about what is it I can do today. This could be my last day. I don't know. Nobody knows. Will I live in the next 1 hour? You all know our APJ Kalam. He was talking in front of children, and then he suddenly, out of heart attack, he died. Nobody knows when it comes. But today could be my last day. This could be my last moment. And when my last moment is there, how do I want to live? What is that I have done today with which I can go to sleep peacefully? So every day morning when I wake up, the only thing that is running in my mind is, what can I offer today? So when I'm offering, when I see thousands of them, millions of them are hungry, millions of them have no toilet, how can I sleep? So I naturally get that energy. So your energy, how much you can do, is unlimited. There is no limit, because you are the very source of that energy. And to recognize that is Bhagavad Gita study. So may we all recognize that, and may all our lives be like that divine light which burns and gives light to others. Somebody said, milk apparently went to the god and said, "I want to remain a milk. And, it's so pristine." And God said, okay, that's okay, I can give you that boon, but just consider what I am saying. You know, if I make you into curd, milk spoils, but curd usually can be kept for 2-3 days. But now, if I churn and if I take butter, the butter can be for many more purposes and can remain for some more time. And now from that butter, if I make ghee, see, you will be there for even many, many years. So the situations in our life are like that, is to bring out the ghee, the butter. You know, so the milk, if it wants to remain a milk, then it will not find that fulfillment. So may we all find that fulfillment. May we bring out that divine within each one of us, and may it spread to the whole world.
Yeah. Good one.
Any questions, anybody, or any points to add?
Maybe Ishaji, you got it. You are also thinking.
Finding it so hard to unmute and mute here. Yes, I was just yeah. Whatever you had told about teachers, I think I got it. I was like just trying to put it in words, like the first shloka itself. I think it was about guru itself, and from anybody whom you learn is your guru. Okay, so here they are told that compassion makes somebody speak, and you can overcome any obstacles. It can be from anybody across you who's giving that motivation, saying, yeah, you can do it. Okay, that's how anybody. It can be anybody or anything, or seeing also is sometimes motivation. We see somebody doing it and we will also continue doing it. So that's how we can achieve. Okay, all the obstacles is something which is not some, it's all about hard work. I feel it's all about efforts and hard works that we put in, that we achieve what we can. All we have to do is we need that somebody to say us, you can do it. That's all we need. We just need one motivation. So it can come either from within, that is when we see and when we understand things, or it can come from external person who keeps pushing us, saying that yes, I have seen you doing it, you can do it, and all that things. That's all.
Yeah, so I think the whole the way I see it, this learning of Bhagavad Gita is about that knowledge that breaks the wrong notion we have and the limitations we carry. Yeah. Shubhaji, maybe someone else wants to add before we go to the next sloka.
I just want to add on simple routine. Basically, like when I want to get up early and this right. So usually I don't use alarm for like maybe 2 years or 3 years. Before I used to keep alarm while studying at school days, like 4 a.m. get up and study. But later, I don't know like how it came to my mind. Now I'm able to relate it. That's my inner self. What I used to do is like, why I should keep alarm? Somebody should like to make me wake up, right? So the inner self is like, I will get up, and the intense, not only
Right.
once. I'll provide the reasoning to that. Yeah, if we say, I mean, we have the capabilities like that, but now I'm able to relate it, and I was able to get up without alarms, and it's been like 2 years. Even today, I don't keep alarm. I don't, even if it is coming to the corporate. Or if you want to come to this and wake up early, you have to travel plan. I don't keep alarms at all. So somehow
Nice.
I was able to get it up. So I was able to relate this like the inner self and yeah, that with the intents, that's just not
Hmm.
like a one thought process, especially during the sleep. Okay, I will just make a thought process of it and leave it off. I don't just bother again during the sleep. Obviously, I'm not concentrating on that, but the inner self activates and I get up. I don't know how it works. Now I was able to relate it better. Yeah, that's one of my experience and just wanted to add.
Yeah, yeah. What we think like we cannot do is all it's like what we think, right? So nice, nice, nice one. Thanks for sharing. Yeah.
Yeah.
So we'll move to the next shloka
Yeah,
before we
we'll
end.
recite the next shloka
Yeah.
and then we can close. Anybody wants to repeat after me?
I'll do.
Yeah, sure. Yam Brahma Varunendra
Yam Brahma Varunendra
Rudra Marutaha
Rudra Mahurtaha
Rudra Marutaha
Rudra Marutaha
Shrunvanti Divyaistavaihi
Shrunvanti Divaishavahi
Shrunvanti
Shrunvanti
Sorry for
Divyai
interrupting, Shubhaji.
Yeah.
Stunvanti.
Tunvanti. Okay. Yeah. Start. Stunvanti
Stunvanti
Divyai
Divyai
Stavaihi
Stavaihi
Vedai
Vedai
Sangpada
Sangpada
Krama Upanishadai
Krama Upanishadai
Gayantiyam
Gayantiyam
Samagaha
Samagaha
Dhyanavastita
Dhyanavastita
Tadgatena
Tadgatena
Manasa
Manasa
Pashyantiyam Yoginau
Pashyantiyam Yogino
Yasyantam
Yasyantam
Naviduhu
Naviduhu
Sura Suraganaha
Sura Suraganaha
Devaya Tasmai Namaha.
Devaya Tasmai Namaha.
Thank you, Rajshekhar. I'll say
Thank
it
you, ma'am.
in one full, yeah. Yam Brahma Varudra Rudra Marutaha Stunvanti Divyai Stavaihi Vedai Sangapada Krama Upanishadaihi Gayanti Yam Samagaha Dhyanavastita Tadgatena Manasa Pashyanti Yam Yoginau Yasyam Tam Naviduhu Sura Suraganaha Devaya Tasmai Namaha. So this we will contemplate in the next class. Sarvananji?
Yeah. We'll take to the ending prayer. Anyone wants to do it? Atmaji, Shilpa-Kalaji. I will start.
I can do it, Saranaj.
Okay.
Yeah.
It's loading, right?
Yeah.
Oh, okay.
Om Asato Ma Sadgamaya Tamaso Ma Jyotirgamaya Mrityorma Amritangamaya. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om, lead me from untruth to truth, darkness to light, impermanence to permanence. Om, peace, peace, peace. Nanu, nanembudu nanalla, ee deha mana buddhi nanalla, Satchidanandatma, Shivananu nane, Shivoham, Shivoham, Shivoham. I am not the body, I am not the mind. I am Satchidananda Swarupi Shiva. Shivoham, Shivoham, Shivoham. Antarjyotihi, Bahirjyotihi, Pratyajyotihi, Paratparaha, Jyotireva Jyotihi, Swayam Jyotihi, Atmajyoti, Shivosmyaham. I am the supreme light of awareness, illuminating the outer world of objects, inner world of thoughts, and deep sleep state. I am the divine light of the nature of auspiciousness, Shiva Swarup. Atmadarshanam, Brahmadarshanam, Brahmadarshanam, Satyadarshanam. Recognition of the self is recognition of the whole. Recognition of the whole is the recognition of the truth. Om Sahana Vavatu Sahanau Bhunaktu Sahaviryam Karavavahai Tejasvinavaditamastu ma vidvishavahai. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om, may we all be protected, may we all be nourished, may we work together sharing our energies, may our intellect be sharpened, may we be friends forever. Om, peace, peace, peace. Om Sarve Bhavantu Sukhinah, Sarve Santu Niramayaha, Sarve Bhadrani Pashyantu, Ma Kaschid Dukkha Bhag Bhavet, Sarvesham Swasthir Bhavatu, Sarvesham Shantir Bhavatu, Sarvesham Purnam Bhavatu, Sarvesham Mangalam Bhavatu. Om Shanti Shanti Shanti. Om, may all be prosperous and happy. May all be free from illness. May all see what is uplifting. May no one suffer. May there be well-being in all. May there be peace in all. May there be completeness in all. May there be auspiciousness in all. Om, peace, peace, peace. Lokaha samastaha sukhino bhavantu. Lokaha samastaha sukhino bhavantu. Lokaha samastaha sukhino bhavantu. May all beings be happy, healthy, and peaceful. Hari Om Tat Sat. Thank you. Thank you, everyone.
Thank you.
Hari Om.
Thank you. Thank you, everyone. Hari Om.
Thank you, everyone.
Hari Om.
Hari Om.